Yo guys, what's up? It's Blackheart here and welcome to a new video. Of course, today we're gonna make another series about my mods and my rebalancing of the different characters. And now today we're gonna look at Devil JIN. I buffed the shit out of him now, I'm joking. But I made some changes that I think will make him more interesting than what he is right now. And of course these changes are not meant to be taken seriously 100%. Like, I don't want this card to become buffed, broken or stuff like this, but just maybe rebalancing him a little bit better in some areas that I think is lacking right now, while also of course nerfing the cards that we've seen already, like for example JIN, Clive, or even others that I've not mentioned yet, like for example Kuma, maybe if you want a video on Kuma or Yoshimitsu and so on. So of course take this with a grain of salt. This is what these changes are, what I would like on him, maybe to see him more interesting and maybe play more often, even in tournaments, so on. And I'll show you what I did on the character and the stuff I nerfed and buffed of the character. So let me know what you think and if you like these kind of changes. Let's start with his down for 1, of course. His down for 1 is one of his main weaknesses right now, and I made it -3, from -6 to -3, with a new extension that is his down for 2, but from down for 1, so down for 1, 1 plus 2. Down for 1, 1 plus 2, like this, you know, okay. You know, to balance out the fact that he has also a high now. It's not still as his whole down for 1, but at least he has something new combined with his new down for 1 as -3. I think this will be a new change, a good change to have this kind of mid like this that goes into stance, into mix-ups and so on from his down for 1. Nothing encountered guaranteed. I think that would be too strong to have a countered launcher from down for 1, especially in Heat. But still a plus 14 mix-up, so it's very, very, very good. And on block, this mid extension is -11. So again, all the same properties as while sending 1 basically, but just not the counter property basically. But still something new to have out of this down for 1. The extension, the high extension stays the same. And down for 1 by itself is only -3 now. So combine all of these buffs together to down for 1. I think it's pretty good already as it is. 1 plus 2, I didn't like this move basically not being used anymore because it became basically useless. You couldn't cancel it, you couldn't, you know, all of this stuff. So at least I made it at least a little bit less risky on block, but with less damage. So now it deals, it is -10 only on block, so basically almost safe, but with 20 damage only. So I guess a little bit more usable, more in the neutral to try and track more with your mids. Again, you have great mids to track like back 4-2, but at least you have a proper homing. Then mid, again, it's still not completely safe because it's still 17 frames of a homing. But at least it's a little bit more usable now, and you don't die basically every 2 seconds with a huge punish as it was as it is in current Tekken. Again, nothing too dramatic for now. I guess the big change is about down for 1, but let's go on. Down 4-4-4 now is the same as while signing 4-4. Down 4-4-4, like a new 13 frame punish. I think this is good because it helps his 13 frame punish, especially against Kuma right now, that of course has you know, he has, you know, this thing, you know, so you can punish him properly now, because down for 1 this is not guaranteed. This is not mid string natural. So you can punish with this now, you know, into huge damage, into pressure, 30 damage. That's huge. So when this doesn't work, you know, on these kind of punishers, and you want to punish a little bit heavier, you have this down 4-4-4 now. That's the same as while standing 4-4. I guess it's still -16 on block, so if you mess up, you die. So very, very good change, I think. Yeah, you get rewarded a little bit better. Also, I made a nerf on down back 1 plus 2. I think this move is too powerful right now, so I made a tracking nerf. I won't showcase the tracking nerf here, but there is a tracking nerf on this move. And also, it deals a little bit less damage on hit. Instead of 42, it deals 39, a little bit less, I think, because this move is too powerful right now. And also on block, it deals a little bit less chip damage, so from 30% to 30%. So now 11 guaranteed damage into 1-1 always guaranteed. So a little bit less. I think this move is too powerful right now. For the properties it has, you know, also the mid cancel is only +7, you know, mid range instead of +20 million right now. So again, I nerfed this move overall because I think it's too strong. One of those two nerfs it will be fine for me. And again, I think the chip damage is too strong here. So I buffed him in other areas, but I nerfed his main chip tool, like this one. I think it is too strong right now. Also, back to 3 now. It's only it's mid instead of high mid. I made it mid, so it can punish again stuff like Kuma's back 1. If he goes into stance, you know, like this, boom, it's not a punish right now in Tekken 8, but like if you do like this, now it becomes a proper punish. So again, very good. And together with this, you will see the heat changes I made. Maybe I'll showcase it now. Basically now, out of back to 3, he has Annihilation Beam now. Okay, it is not a launcher if it hits, you know, if back to 3 hits. Basically, it's a new combo tool. So I'll showcase a combo you can make now with this mod, with this tool. Maybe something like this. You know, the balance is in the fact that it uses a lot of heat, more than normal laser. This is normal laser. Okay, instead the one of back to 3 in particular, you know, it's more heat that you consume. So basically you can use them only twice in a combo and your heat depletes. So you have to be very careful on how you use your heat, basically. But again, it's a new combo tool to extend your combos and make even more wall carry. And I'm not a Devil Jin main, of course, but as you can see, the combos are also very cool looking. And also I'll showcase this now also. Out of all Annihilation Beam, you can now go into stance. So for example, I don't know, this into stance. Okay. The effect is a little bit weird because the laser is all over the place because the mod is not perfect. But on block, basically, if you go into stance, if you choose to go into stance, you also lose more heat. So again, it's a choice. It's a choice you have to do. If you go into heat, if you go into stance out of the laser, you lose even more heat. So basically you have only one attempt if you use it out of heat burst. Like for example like this, one attempt into mix up, basically. But if you use it, you know, if you have heat, 100% heat, like for example heat, like this, you can, you see, like for example like this, so you have this kind of heat remaining. And then you can use it another time, or maybe you can do a heat smash or this kind of stuff. But again, you are +11 after this transition out of all the lasers. Like for example, I don't know, also this. +10 or +11, it depends on the move. But basically, this means that you can have a free attempt at doing 2-2, Morning Crow 2-2 basically. Just one attempt only though. One attempt only, and your heat is finished after that. So again, there is this new transition of the back to 3 into Annihilation Beam, and you can also go into stance after this. I think it would be very cool to improve his heat gain. It's a little bit, right now it's a little bit lackluster, not too much, but a little bit lackluster. You have just one attempt to try a mix up out of stance. So again, very cool, not too broken. Like the transition into stance depletes a lot of heat right now with this mod. Just one attempt, and then you have a little bit of heat left. So again, this is how it's balanced properly, I think. And it doesn't, if you hit with this in the neutral, it doesn't launch. Like if you want to launch, you have to do back to 3 into forward always. It dash, but this doesn't hit. So it's basically a combo tool or maybe a pressure tool. Also keep in mind that if you do this into Annihilation Beam, you can also power crush in the middle, by the way. This is power crushable also. So again, it's not a completely broken thing, but it's still something that a new tool to use. So again, Annihilation Beam that goes into stance, but you lose some heat, and also back to 3 into Annihilation Beam again. So like this, into stance. Okay, what else? Back 1+2 from -1 to 0 on block. I think this move should be a little bit more useful, but less chip damage on block, by the way. Less chip damage, and now I mean it, but less chip damage. Wait, well, less chip damage, but from -1 to 0. Little quality of life buff, because I think this move could be a little bit more usable, since basically he has no pressure tools. Basically, apart from heat, he doesn't have any pressure tools. So I think in the neutral a little bit, this will help a little bit with this pressure, a little bit more. Not like game breaking, but just a little small buff to this move. Back forward 2-3 now war splats in this mod, like for example like this. So in the neutral it's completely, you know, like you can back roll, but at the wall it war splats. So again, proper damage again. Okay, deals a lot of damage, so maybe you don't want to step Devil Jin to the wall. Maybe I'll change the damage, because I think this is too much damage. Consider this as not 33 damage, but if this war splatted, maybe around 27 damage, something like this. Because honestly, otherwise it would be too much damaging. I forgot to do damage nerf on this move if it war splatted, but I think this move should war splat. As it was in Tekken 7. I don't see the point of using this move anymore, basically. Then also we are almost to the end. Back 4-1 plus 2. There's another in extension. Back 4-1 plus 2 3, like this. This was for style points, basically. I don't because in combos it's basically the same damage as the other extension. Like let's see. So basically the same damage as the other combo, but it basically, first of all, it becomes a launcher. This move becomes a very shit damage though, so not very worth it, but it's an option. Okay, so you have this new extension. It also looks very cool. It looks very fucking cool also, by the way. What this helps is that if you mess up this combo, at least you don't die at the wall, basically trying to make the wall combo ender. It's the only change basically to this. Basically, this is the new combo ender. Basically, this one is become useless. But again, these some of these changes are made for fun, so you don't want to take this all seriously. Like some of the changes I made, like for example down for 1 and so on, are for fun. Other are serious. Other, like this one, is mostly for fun to see what happened. But I guess this will be a cool change. You know, this string looks very cool. I don't know. This was a little saying something more. Also, while standing 1-4 comes back, you know, in great return. While standing 1-4 is 13 frame punish from Tekken 7 comes back. I don't know why they removed this move. It was basically his best third. I know that he has a while standing 11 frame punish that's so good right now. Maybe if this came back, if this came back, maybe I would reduce the damage on this one, by the way, if this came back. I don't know, I just wanted to see if I could do a good, you know, a proper extension like Tekken 7, and I managed to do this. Like, of course, if this comes back a little bit nerf on this would be required, but again, a very good punish, and I'm so sad that it got, it's not such thing anymore, because honestly it was very cool punish. And in Tekken 7 it even knocked down, so now that doesn't even knock down, but it's just, you know, a very good punish, especially at the wall. Like, I think that's what it lacks right now, a good punish, like a good chunky punish. Like for example, back 2-3 is high mid, so down 4-4-4 is meh. Back 1-2 is very good. Back 1-2 is very good, but it's like the only one I'm thinking of. Also, while standing 4-4 is good, but then you know, while standing 2, instant tornado, like maybe something more would be nice, maybe, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't want characters to become broken, so of course I wouldn't like put all of these changes all together in Devil Jin, because otherwise it would become top 1. But maybe just of these changes will make a quality of life change for all the characters, I think. Last change, this is also, take it as a grain of salt, like for memes only, but maybe it will be interesting. Be ready. Stance 1+2. So again, this is also for memes, but honestly, it's at 25 frame low. So again, 25 frames. Basically, this is used, and it's also on block. On block, it's minus 16. So again, this is how it's balanced. Minus 16 up close, but it doesn't have a lot of active frames. So minus 16 basically. Minus 14 if with the last active frames. So again, but it doesn't have a long reach. So basically this is used so that if you do a power crush to respond to this stance, basically this is the option that wins. Okay, basically this is how it's used, because overall it's kind of useless still, because of course there are this option is still better, of course. But again, it's a new option. Maybe I think it's still balanced because it's 25 frames low, and it's minus 16 on block. Minus 15, minus 16, so it depends on the active frames, of course, but again, on the range between minus 14 and minus 16. So again, I think this would be an interesting change. But again, this is mostly for the memes, let's say. Like, for example, if you jab this, you still die. He still dies, of course. If you jab this, this is not a high crush. So again, he still dies out of this. So again, the only option to really close the distance is 2-2. Both options lose to jabs. The only good thing is that this wins against power crushes. But again, it's a new mix-up option, maybe. I don't think it's too broken, because again, it's launch punishable and very slow. So let me know what you think about all of these changes in the comments. Let me know if you like this kind of series, and if you'd like to see more, or tell me the next card you want to see. These are all the changes I would like to see on Devil Jin, or maybe some of them. So let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please try and subscribe to my channel to keep up with the notifications with the next videos. I love you guys. See you soon again. Bye!